What's going on, everybody? It's your homeboy, Popular Video Games here, chilling out, maxing out, doing my thing. Welcome to The Flash, Season 3, Episode 7. Let's get into this. The episode starts off with Wally West running down the street. He stops at an abandoned building, and there is a Black Flash looking at him. Wally, terrified, tries to run away, but Black Flash blocks him at every turn. Wally then begins to fight, throwing numerous punches at Black Flash. Black Flash easily pushes them all away. Black Flash is about 5 times faster than Wally. Wally thinks in his mind as Black Flash grabs him and slams him on the ground by his neck. Black Flash looks down at Wally. As Wally looks up, Wally sees Black Flash's face. He is horrified. "You're not even human." Black Flash says, "I was, but I'm not anymore thanks to Barry." Wally then stops struggling. Black says, "If you help me capture Barry, I will fix the timeline." Wally says, "Why should I trust you?" Black then says, "Who are you going to trust? Barry?" Black Flash then lets Wally up. Wally says, "My father." Black Flash interrupts, "If you help me get Barry, I will go back and stop that meta from killing your father. As you see, I'm fast enough to do it." Black and Kid Flash shake hands, and an alliance is formed between them, the unholy kind. Back at the Arrowcade, Barry is icing his nose from Diggle's punch. Everyone is sitting there silent. Diggle is just angrily staring at Barry. Then walks in Cisco. Diggle immediately pulls a gun. Cisco breaks open a breach, and the breach eats the gun. Diggle is shocked. He says, "What are you?" Barry gets up and says, "Oh, he's my friend." And then Diggle says, "Is that supposed to make me feel any better?" Cisco says, "Whoa, looks like I walked into something big." As he says that, Pied Piper and Canary walk in. They say the same thing. Barry looks up. He's shocked to see them. He runs. "Laurel, you're all right. Hartley." They both look at each other and say, "Who are you?" Barry says, "I knew you, but in a different timeline." Hartley says, "Excuse me?" Cisco explains the situation to them, and then they just do not believe it. Then Cisco uses his new ability. He can show people the different vibrations in the timeline. They see the entire other timeline that Barry was in, and they see that Laurel dies at the hand of Damien Dark. Hartley breaks down, seeing his wife die. Laura is horrified. She says, "The only reason I'm alive is because I'm in hell?" Hartley goes ballistic, saying, "We're not doing this." Laurel stops him and says, "One life for millions. You cannot possibly compare that." Hartley then says, "I can." Barry says, "Well, in that time, you didn't know her, so you won't miss each other." Hartley then runs and one-shots Barry, laying him out. Barry lays there unconscious. Diggle then falls back laughing at Barry and says to Hartley, "You got a haymaker stronger than mine." Laurel then grabs Hartley and takes him outside and tells him, "We have to save everyone. We knew the risk of dying when we started. We can't let everyone live in hell just so we can be in heaven. And we're not even in heaven." Hartley says, "I'll be in worse hell if you leave me." Laurel says, "Like he said, we won't know each other then. We have to do this, not for ourselves, but for everyone else." They both walk in, and Hartley apologizes to Barry, even though Barry's unconscious, and they agree to help the team. Then he thanks Barry as Barry's waking up 30 minutes later. Hartley then in turn thanks Barry. Everyone is shocked. "Without you, I wouldn't have been able to fall in love with Laurel." Laurel walks up and says, "Thank you for giving me a second chance in life. If you hadn't done this, I would have been dead." Barry turns around and says, "I don't deserve an apology for what I've done. I'm sorry to you all. Since I've been here, I've caused you all nothing but heartache." In another location, Amanda Waller is working on the blood for Black Flash. It is revealed that they don't have the technology to either read this or it's not blood at all. This is what she told Robert. Robert gets enraged and says, "You bitch, you're lying to me," and points an arrow at Amanda. Amanda says, "Calm down," as the security runs in on him. Guns drawn, a battle is about to break out. Amanda says, "Stop!" "Listen, Robert. Even though we may not like each other, we cannot be at odds with each other right now, especially since we have a power that's running around the city stronger than the Flash. If we do not take care of this, if we don't look after ourselves, nobody will survive this." Robert agrees and puts down his bow and says, "I apologize, Amanda. Things have just been very stressful." Robert then gets a call and immediately leaves from Argus. Moments later, in an unknown location, Robert is seen with his hand behind his back looking into the night sky. A limo pulls up behind him, and out walks a man in a black suit. He walks up to Robert. Robert says, "I'm sorry, master, but because of these complications of this new speedster, dealers are scared to sell our weapons. Buyers are scared to even come outside. War in the city has went down dramatically because of everyone's fear of the Black Flash. This is all my fault, master." The master then puts his hand on Robert and says, "My son, I've lived for longer than you can ever imagine. And the one thing that I've learned is patience." Robert says, "That's easy for you to say, Mr. Savage. You have all the patience in the world." Vandel then says, "Yes, so I'm the best one to tell you how to actually spend your patience." They both smile and walk into the limo and drive off.